Imagine a place where you can experience 24/7 darkness, a place where the sun sets and doesn't rise for months. Welcome to the enigmatic land of Svalbard. Now, imagine for a moment living in a world without daylight, where the sun takes a long winter nap and the world is bathed in an eternal night. Sounds like a mythical land from a fantasy novel, doesn't it? But it's not a figment of imagination. It's a reality for the residents of Svalbard. Svalbard, a Norwegian archipelago sandwiched between Norway and the North Pole, is renowned for a phenomenon known as the polar night. This is a period when the sun doesn't rise above the horizon at all, plunging the land into continuous darkness. This isn't just for a day or two, but for a staggering 4 months, from late October to mid-February. Imagine 4 months without a glimpse of the sun. It's a concept that might seem alien to many, but for the inhabitants of Svalbard, it's a part of their lifestyle, a rhythm they've adapted to. And it's not just about living without daylight. The polar night affects the ecosystem in unique ways too. It's a time when the northern lights paint the sky with ethereal strokes of green, pink, and violet. A time when the wildlife adapts to the dark, with creatures like the Arctic fox and the Svalbard reindeer adjusting their habits to survive the long, cold nights. But it's not all bleak and gloomy. The people of Svalbard have found ways to embrace the darkness. They light up their homes and streets, creating a warm, cozy atmosphere amidst the cold, dark landscape. They engage in winter activities, such as dog sledding and ice caving, making the most of the polar night. It's a world that's starkly different from what most of us know. A world that challenges our understanding of day and night, of seasons, and of life itself. Intrigued yet? Let's delve deeper into this fascinating world of eternal darkness. Now, you might be wondering where this land of eternal darkness is located. Let's embark on a virtual journey to unravel this mystery. Picture a globe in your mind. Now let your imagination take you far north, higher than the tip of Norway, higher than the Arctic Circle. You've arrived in Svalbard, a place where the compass needle points down rather than north. Svalbard, a Norwegian archipelago, is a cluster of islands nestled in the Arctic Ocean. It sits comfortably at the top of the world, just a mere 1,000 kilometers from the North Pole. This puts it well within the Arctic Circle, a region known for its polar bears, chilly temperatures, and perpetual darkness or daylight, depending on the season. While Svalbard is geographically closer to the North Pole than to Norway, it does, however, have a strong administrative link to the Scandinavian country. Despite its isolated location, it's not a no-man's land. It has been under Norwegian sovereignty since 1925, following the Svalbard Treaty. This Arctic wonderland is about midway between mainland Norway and the North Pole, making it one of the world's northernmost inhabited areas. Just to give you a sense of how far north we're talking, the mainland of Norway, at its northernmost tip, is around 2,000 kilometers south of Svalbard. That's roughly the distance from London to Rome, but don't let its remote location fool you. Svalbard is not just a barren, icy wilderness. It's a place of extreme beauty and unique wildlife, a place where the northern lights dance across the sky and polar bears roam free. So, next time you're spinning a globe, let your finger wander up to the top. There, in the realm of the polar bears, beneath the northern lights, you'll find Svalbard, a land that's closer to the North Pole than any mainland, a place of extremes, where the sun doesn't rise for months and then doesn't set for months either. So, Svalbard, an Arctic wonderland, sits up high on the globe, closer to the North Pole than to any mainland. The Arctic Circle, the North Pole. These terms are synonymous with freezing temperatures, aren't they? Now, imagine a place that's even closer to the North Pole than the Arctic Circle. That's Svalbard for you. Situated a mere 1,200 kilometers from the North Pole, Svalbard is a place where cold isn't just a season, but a way of life. The average temperature in the winter months, from November to April, hovers around a bone-chilling -16 degrees Celsius. And while you might think that summer would offer some respite, think again. The mercury barely nudges above 6 degrees Celsius, even in July, the warmest month. But here's where things get interesting. Despite its proximity to the North Pole, Svalbard's climate is slightly milder than other regions at the same latitude. And it's all thanks to the Gulf Stream, the warm ocean current that originates in the Gulf of Mexico and flows across the Atlantic Ocean. This mighty current carries warm water and air from the tropics all the way up to the Arctic. It's like Mother Nature's own central heating system, keeping Svalbard just a touch cozier than its Arctic neighbors. But don't get too comfortable. While the Gulf Stream might take the edge off the cold, it's also responsible for Svalbard's high levels of precipitation. Snow is a constant companion on the archipelago, with the ground usually covered in a white blanket for 8 to 9 months of the year. And let's not forget about the polar night. From late October to mid-February, the sun doesn't rise at all in Svalbard. But instead of plunging the archipelago into complete darkness, this period is marked by a mesmerizing twilight that bathes everything in a soft blue glow. So yes, Svalbard is cold, and yes, it's dark for a large part of the year. But it's also a place of stunning natural beauty, where the elements have crafted a landscape like no other. So, brace yourselves for a chilly adventure as we explore Svalbard further. Svalbard isn't just about eternal darkness and icy climate. It has some unique features that set it apart. The land of Svalbard, with its stark beauty and intriguing quirks, is truly like no other. Take, for instance, its local inhabitants, the polar bears. That's right. In Svalbard, polar bears outnumber people. These majestic creatures, icons of the Arctic, roam freely across the islands. But remember, while they're a sight to behold, they're also a force to be reckoned with. So, if you're planning a visit, don't forget to pack your binoculars. They're best admired from a distance. Next on our list of Svalbard's unique features is a place that might just be humanity's ultimate insurance policy, the Global Seed Vault. Tucked away in the permafrost, it's a massive underground storage facility that safeguards the seeds of the world's essential food crops. If a global catastrophe wipes out crops, this vault holds the key to restarting agriculture. So, in a way, Svalbard is not just an icy outpost, but a lifeline for future generations. Now, here's a law that's as unique as the place itself. In Svalbard, it's illegal to die. Yes, you heard that right. But before you start imagining tales of immortal residents, let me clarify. The ground in Svalbard is permanently frozen, making it impossible to bury the dead. Bodies don't decompose in the permafrost, so in the late 20th century, it was decided that no one could be buried here. If you fall seriously ill or are nearing the end of your life, you'll be flown to mainland Norway to spend your final days. And finally, there's the phenomenon of the midnight sun. For about 4 months in summer, the sun does not set at all in Svalbard. Instead, it hangs low on the horizon, casting a magical, golden light across the stark landscape. It's a sight that defies everything we know about day and night, and one that's not to be missed. But the midnight sun is just half the story. Come winter, and Svalbard plunges into the polar night, a period of uninterrupted darkness that lasts for over 2 months. It's during this time that the skies come alive with the ethereal dance of the northern lights, casting a mystical glow over the snowy wilderness. From its majestic polar bears and the world-saving global seed vault, to the intriguing customs around mortality and the phenomenon of the midnight sun and polar night, Svalbard is a place that constantly defies expectations. It's a place where the wild reigns supreme, where nature's rhythms dictate life, and where every day brings with it a new discovery. Interesting, isn't it? From polar bears to a seed vault, Svalbard has it all. Living in a place with 24/7 darkness and icy climate might seem challenging. Let's see how the residents of Svalbard manage it. Imagine a world where the sun doesn't rise for 4 months straight, or where it never sets for an equal length of time. This is the reality for the approximately 2,700 individuals who call Svalbard home. Yet, they've found ways to thrive in this unique environment. The small population of Svalbard is a melting pot of nationalities, with folks coming from all over the world. Many are drawn to the area's international research community, where scientists gather to study the Arctic's environment and climate. This leads to a vibrant, intellectual community where knowledge and experiences are shared across borders. Life here is not for the faint-hearted. With temperatures plunging to below -20 degrees Celsius in the winter, residents need to adapt to the extreme weather conditions. It's a common sight to see people bundled up in snow gear, navigating the snowy streets on snowmobiles, their preferred mode of transportation. During the 4 months of polar night, residents find unique ways to light up their lives. Some engage in winter sports like skiing and snowboarding under the ethereal glow of the northern lights. Others prefer to cozy up indoors, creating a warm and inviting atmosphere with friends and family. But it's not all darkness and cold. The midnight sun period, where the sun never sets, offers a unique opportunity for residents to engage in activities round the clock. It's a time for gardening, hiking, and even golfing under the never-setting sun. One of the most intriguing aspects of life in Svalbard is the bear protection law. Due to the high population of polar bears, residents are required to carry a means of self-defense when leaving town. It's not unusual to see people walking around with rifles slung over their shoulders. Life in Svalbard is indeed unique, a testament to human resilience and adaptability. It shows that life can flourish even in the most challenging conditions, and that there's a certain beauty to be found in the extremes. For those with an adventurous spirit, Svalbard offers a wide range of experiences. The icy expanse of Svalbard isn't just a place to admire from a distance. It's a land of thrilling activities, beckoning those with a taste for the extraordinary. Picture yourself gliding across the snow-covered landscape, guided by the rhythmic patter of paws. This is dog sledding, an iconic Svalbard activity that offers both excitement and tranquility. But if you're looking for a faster pace, snowmobile tours are a popular choice. Imagine zipping across the frozen plains, your heart racing as you navigate the majestic terrain. It's an exhilarating way to explore the vast wilderness, with the chance to see remote areas otherwise inaccessible. Yet, Svalbard isn't just about snow and ice. Boat trips, for instance, provide a different perspective. You'll get to witness towering glaciers and dramatic cliffs from the water, all while navigating the serene Arctic Ocean. It's a chance to feel the grandeur of this place, where the world seems to hold its breath in awe. And let's not forget the wildlife viewing. Svalbard is home to a variety of Arctic animals, from the mighty polar bears to the graceful Arctic foxes and diverse bird species. Remember, though, these are wild animals in their natural habitat. So, while it's thrilling to see them up close, it's essential to maintain a safe distance and respect their space. Speaking of polar bears, they're more than just a symbol of Svalbard. They're a part of life here, and safety measures need to be taken seriously. Always travel with experienced guides and listen to their instructions. It's about enjoying the adventure while respecting the land and its inhabitants. Svalbard, with its stark beauty and unique experiences, is a destination like no other. It's a place that redefines adventure, offering a blend of thrill and serenity amidst a landscape that seems almost otherworldly. So, are you ready for an adventure in the land of eternal darkness? We've journeyed through the land of 24/7 darkness, exploring its icy landscapes and unique features. From the top of the globe, we've discovered Svalbard, a place where the sun takes a long nap and darkness reigns supreme. We've unveiled the geographical beauty of this Arctic archipelago, its position halfway between mainland Norway and the North Pole, and its vast icy landscapes that are home to a diverse range of wildlife. We've explored the glaciers, fjords, and mountains that carve the face of Svalbard, creating a winter wonderland like no other. In our journey, we've also braved the bone-chilling climate of Svalbard. We've learned that despite the perpetual darkness, life thrives in the harshest of conditions. The Arctic foxes, reindeers, and the majestic polar bears, they all have adapted to the freezing temperatures and the eternal night, making Svalbard a unique ecosystem. We've delved into the unique features of Svalbard, like the global seed vault, a safety deposit box for the world's crop diversity, and the doomsday clock, a chilling reminder of our fragile existence. We've also explored the phenomenon of polar night and midnight sun, where the sun either doesn't rise for months or doesn't set for months, creating a surreal experience. We've peeked into the life of the resilient locals who've made this icy wilderness their home. We've seen how they've adapted to the challenging conditions, maintaining a harmonious balance with nature. And last but not least, we've embarked on an adventure, exploring the myriad activities Svalbard offers. From dog sledding to ice caving, from witnessing the ethereal beauty of northern lights to spotting a polar bear, Svalbard is indeed an adventurer's paradise. So, whether you're an adventure seeker, a nature lover, or just a curious soul, Svalbard's enchanting darkness awaits you. Until next time, keep exploring.